Well, broadly in the consumer space, we think that a lot of the weaker and smaller players have had to fall off. The businesses that are still strong and in operation, they're seeing weaker competition, especially from imported goods, on the back of FX liquidity issues. And so this has really helped them to consolidate market share in some cases. Additionally, we believe that there's been some cross-border trading. So we think that there's been some informal exportation by traders in regional countries who are now attracted to Nigerian goods because the naira is relatively weaker. So this we think has contributed to the relatively stronger earnings relative to what we would have expected if exports hadn't helped contribute to volume stability or volume growth in some of the businesses.
All right, thank you very much, Olabisi. We'll leave it at that. Thank you for your time. Olabisi Ayodeji, equity analyst with Exotics Partners. Well, we get back now to Europe, where investors are uncertain over a delayed vote on U.S. President Donald Trump's healthcare bill. Let's bring in my colleague at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, Daniel Koop, to talk to us about this. Good afternoon, Daniel. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Good to have you. Now, how are the markets in Europe reacting to the postponed healthcare bill in the U.S.?
Well, I can tell you everything here at the stock exchange, not just in Frankfurt, but also in other parts of Europe, are so related right now to politics. I was talking to an investor earlier this morning. He told me that he even has an app on his phone that alerts him when Donald Trump is sending out one of his new controversial tweets. So also with this postponed healthcare, bill, the market is actually struggling. It was closing yesterday here in Frankfurt with 12,039 points. Today it's down. Investors are saying that this is actually linked to the postponed healthcare bill. Right now it's been traded with around 12,022 points. And investors here in Frankfurt are clearly saying that, they want security. They want a politics in the United States that you can more rely on. And because of this, the market right now here in Frankfurt is dropping.
Well, we can see a ding-dong movement there. Looking behind you at the DAX index there, we saw that the market at present seemed to be going up. Now, a big event happened in your market. That's the German engineering group, Aumann, debuting today on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Perhaps that's what's driving the market as it is now, and that's the first initial public offering this year for your country. Why are investors monitoring this so closely?
Yeah, you just said that it's going up a little bit right now. It's been really quite a roller coaster today, but there was actually a reason to celebrate today here in Frankfurt, because a new IPO, a company called Aumann, which is building motors and other electronic mobiles, they just started here today at the stock exchange, and this has been greatly celebrated. Usually Friday is kind of a calm day here at the stock exchange, but we saw people celebrating. The reason for this is when you compare today's time, for example, with 1997, when the new markets here started, it was pretty much something that was happening every day, that a new company was entering the stock market. But right now, companies have other possibilities, to get fresh money, and that's why this is not happening anymore so often. When you actually compare this from Germany to the United States, totally different picture. There it's still very common that new companies are starting every day at the stock market, and it actually seems that the story of Aumann could turn into a success story. The share was sold by the company for 43 euros, and it has been going up and up today. Right now it's been traded with 50 euros, so this could actually be a success story. The company is gaining with this about 260 million euros, and the company wants to use this for investing in new infrastructure and also in new production facilities.
Oh, that's interesting, Daniel. Now let's look at another development there in Europe, new roaming prices, indicating roaming might be for free. What will this mean for telephone companies?
Well, I'm not so familiar with cell phone contracts in Nigeria, but I can tell you getting an overview of a good cell phone contract here in Germany is a very difficult issue. There are pretty much hundreds of different contracts that companies are offering. The situation in Germany and also in mostly European countries is that companies are offering flat rates. This means, you can call, for free to any landline or mobile phone number within the country. And in the past and still today, the companies were earning quite a good money with roaming, with passengers, who are abroad, with business people traveling. I even remember I once had a bill over 800 euros when I was in Brazil. But there's going to be a change because from June 15th on, roaming prices will be for free here in Germany. And the cell phone companies such as Vodafone, such as T-Mobile, they will have to find a new way of getting more money from customers. I was talking to an analyst earlier, and she told me that she was actually kind of surprised because this June is not very far away, and it seems that the cell phone companies still don't really have an idea, how to get basically new fields of making money with cell phone contracts.
Right, thank you very much for your time, Daniel. It's very nice having you on the show, so we hope to see you again next week. So enjoy the rest of the weekend. And of course, back here again in Nigeria, Zenith Bank has shelved plans to raise 100 billion naira via a combination of bonds and share sales due to weak capital markets. The bank had expected market conditions to improve when it announced plans to seek approval for the funds last month, but the lender cancelled them due to the struggling economy. The regulators have been trying to revive the IPO market, which dried up almost 10 years ago following a crisis in the West African country. The Securities and Exchange Commission has proposed to cut listing fees to attract issuers. Zenith has posted a pre-tax profit of 156.75 billion naira for 2016, up from 125.62 billion a year earlier. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.